All right, so Hearts by Marty Balin. This is from his 1981 self-titled debut album, his first solo album. And it was his biggest song, his biggest hit. And I just read last weekend that Marty Balin had passed away. So it got me thinking about him and his music, and been thinking about this song for the last few days, right? And so I thought I would do a tutorial on it. And it was, of course, Marty Balin was the co-founder of and one of the singers of Jefferson Airplane. I always thought this was a great song. Really well recorded, really well written, and he just sings it perfect, Anyways, I also found out that it wasn't written by Marty Balin. It was written by a guy called Jesse Barish, who also wrote Count on Me, Jefferson Starship hit, and also Atlanta Lady, another Marty Balin solo song, right? Okay, so kind of cool. It's one of the things I like about doing my channel, right? Is I learn so much stuff about stuff I thought, I make assumptions about it, and I find out that no, that's not right. Anyways, let's get into this. We're in the key of C minor. It's like an interplay between the piano and the guitar, and both of those parts are really simple, but they just work together beautifully. And these are just great musicians on this track, and you can just hear it because they're making space for each other. They're letting each other do certain things, and they're just working it out perfectly. So we're gonna start here, and this is it's like an F minor 7, but only you take your middle finger off. So we're adding that ninth or second. And that's your first chord. And then we go to this G7, which is, it's like that D7 form, but up here. And you don't even actually need that note, because this is where we're going to do that arpeggio, right? So, and that there, that is so simple, but it's so perfect. To me, that is the hook of this song. That's what I think about when I hear the song in my head, I think about that. So, and we just put our little finger up here on the 8th fret of the E string, and it's just a straight arpeggio. And hold that until we play that note, right? Don't go, right? Just hold on to it. And then the chord changer will go to C minor, and you don't do anything over that. That's the piano. And then when it goes to the F minor 7, you're going to do this arpeggio, because we're adding that ninth there. Okay, and that's just D3, G5, B4, and E3. We just straight down. And then we're going to go, that one's a little tricky. It's a G7, right? Just like a G, but instead of doing the 7th there, we're going to get it down there so we can get all the notes. And this just happens in the intro. And then C minor. And then we end up with this. It's like a G7 sus4 to G. And I'm just doing D3 and B1 there, and picking with my 3 fingers, D, G, and B strings. Or you could do it here. So that whole thing would be. And then we get into the verse. And the keyboard in that part, I just faked it, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the keyboard stuff, but with these sixths, right? So we've got G8 and E8, and then 10, and then G12 and E11. So you're just starting here. Go up to the 13th. And then just these 2-note chords. It's like an F minor to a G minor to an E flat, C minor, D minor. It's actually it's like a D minor 7 flat 5 actually, but we're just playing those 2 notes. And then ending on that C minor, and then, okay, so that's your intro. Now the verse is cool. This A flat minor 7 or major 7, just 6, 5, 4, 3 in that order. And then we go to this F diminished, which is D3, G4, B3, and E4. So, and then slide that out to this G7. We'll get that again. Sort of D7 form, but then a C minor, F minor 7, and the G7. Repeat. Each and every there, pretty sure it's a G7 sus4. And then we go into the chorus, which is just like the intro. Except that, we don't do that anymore. We just play a straight G, straight across. Up the piano part and the guitar part there. And the keyboard part in the verse, while the main part, guitar part, is here and here, the keyboard part will go barring on the first fret, G and B string, and then get your little finger on E3. And just arpeggio. Then back to the B string, then open G. Then G, B, and E, but E fretted on the first fret to make a G7. And it does this back to these sixths again. And then it goes that's just it's like an F minor 7, but we're just doing those 2 notes here to the G to the C minor, because that could be, you could think of that as a C minor, but in the F minor 7, you got the exact same notes. The C and the E flat. The G to the C minor, and I do it here, D10 and G8, because then I can do that run, which is just the C minor natural minor scale. And then back to these 6. And when I go back to these 6, I like to use my fingers. I just like the way that sounds better. So I pick on the run, right? And then can feel that way. Kind of the same as a guitar part. Can feel. And then we're back to the intro. This time we go there, right? Just the A flat to the G, 6 to 5 on the D string. And that's it for the keyboard parts. And that's really all there is to the song. Those are all the parts. There's the intro, the verse, and the chorus. They're very simple parts, but perfectly put together, and a great example of really smart songwriting, like those chords, putting that diminished chord in there up to the 7th, just awesome. And so that's it for this one. Not a lot to it, but really, really nice chords and really well put together. Okay, I hope you get something out of this. Hope you enjoy playing it. And we'll talk to you next time.